hit OK?
Just hit the red box, the red button, yeah, and then hit quit.
It would have been easy if I could just hit this, right, the InDesign.
You could. You don't have the whole thing saved as a. It's in there. InDesign's in there, so you can open it through there if you want.
It won't let me open it on my computer.
Oh.
It's working.
What version do you have at home?
I think it must be the latest version because I just did the new trial.
Okay, then
So
that might be
the
why.
issue.
That might be why.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue right here.
Because if you have a newer version, you have to save for an older version.
Yeah.
So, all right, open up the PDF.
Okay, well, let's just start.
And when you're in InDesign, you know to save it as a PDF, you go to File Export, not File Save. You go File Export, and that's how you save it as a PDF.
Or it's going to do what? 'Cause that's how
Well, that's the only way to save a PDF in InDesign. Joel, you're next. Where is he? Is he here? Joel, you're next. Get your stuff ready.
So this is the front.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just going to like go out and...
Okay.
Oh, wait, let me get my notes. Bit.
Okay. It's really cute. Okay, it's almost there. You see, you always do this. So you come through with something that, or you just don't do anything, huh, Jasmine? Okay, a couple of things. Make sure that the camera and the hand have a shadow. Okay, so they blend in a little bit more with the background. And a drop shadow would probably work on this. Just make it, change the opacity so it's very subtle. Okay?
Okay.
All right, and the pictures of the cameras, I love them. And just watch the edges of the camera. I'm going to circle where? Around the fingers. The small camera, no, to the side. On the side, right? Yeah, watch, just no, the
like
camera
here?
edge. Yeah, see, watch that white area there, okay? And don't try to erase it. All you do is you just take the yellow and you clone on top of it. Or worst case scenario is you can use the the blur tool or the smudge tool. But when you're in Photoshop and you use it, okay, when you click, don't click and drag. Okay, you just click and drop. Because if you click and drag with the smudge tool, the blur tool, you lose too much detail. So it's just click and drop, okay? And if you don't know, just remember that I said that and when I come over, okay?
Okay.
Now the only thing that's the problem here is the font. Kid Cam, okay? It needs to be, I would put it all caps, okay? And I would make it a little bigger so it comes down a little bit closer to spring 2014. Now the other thing, I want you guys to look at this. Whenever you guys are designing anything, you see this background square you have behind spring 2014? Okay. Always use up all that space, or you have what's called dead space around it. So either you make that purple, what I'm calling purple box, tighter around spring 2014, or you make it a little bit tighter, and then in the part that's empty, you put another color. So maybe it's right here, it's a solid purple, and then the rest of it's transparent. Okay, I drew it on here, all right?
I cut it off.
Yeah,
Right.
but so there's a purple square, and then it goes to transparent. If you want to make that length for a certain reason, okay?
Okay.
That's another way around it, but don't leave what's called this dead space around everything, okay?
I'm saving everything in my CD now.
You have till 7,
Okay, okay.
all right? And make sure Kid Cam's all in caps. I'm not sure about the black type.
It was white at first, but
But you could do the same kind of thing with this, where you could put a transparent square behind it and then make it pop out. You know, I just feel like, it's not bad because it balances out with the small camera.
That'd be cute. Another
Square, you could, I like the way it balances out with the camera because the camera's black and it does balance it out.
Right.
I think maybe if I saw this in all caps, it
Okay.
left in black first, okay?
Right.
But these are small fixes, and the font for Secure Your Kid, don't ever outline type when it's lowercase.
It was disappearing in just white.
Yeah, no, whenever you outline type, it should always be in caps, okay?
Okay.
So either you
So
convert,
just take it.
I would make it all in caps, Secure Your Kid. And then you won't have the problem with the descender of the Y, because it'll all be in caps. Okay, or even small caps. The S, the Y, and the K are capitalized and the rest of it's small caps. Meaning they're caps, but they're a little bit smaller than the first letter. okay? But it's a nice cover. All right, I want you to, there's simple little changes, but they make a big difference, let's say from a B to an A, okay? Let's see the next page.
You wanna see the back or you wanna see like the next
In
page?
order, yeah, no, in the next page.
Okay. So the next page would be mission statement, right?
Okay.
I'm just seeing this bold line in the middle, I don't know why it's.
You centered the type.
It went with the design.
No, centered type never goes with the design. Don't do that. Okay, have the type, you have these really great circle elements. Have the type wrap around the circle. Like
Oh,
this. And like just stay with the shape of this, okay? And you can do that with a clipping mask. Okay, or you could actually easily do it in InDesign. Okay? And I wouldn't make the font bigger, actually. I think you'd make it like 2 points smaller. And the same thing with our mission. You know, when you have that box, either make it tight around the word mission, and if you want that to be the yellow, then maybe make it under the mission transparent and the rest of it, or pick up the pink from down here. You have these great colors, you know, this pink underneath the yellow there. Maybe it's yellow, and then right here in this area it becomes pink.
Let me see what you're doing, 'cause I don't see it.
So it stays the same size.
Right,
So this
right,
is
okay.
yellow, and then you can make this pink. Because
Okay.
then it uses up the space. Otherwise, it just looks like someone just got lazy and just put that there. Okay. All right. I'm not sure about this font. I mean, the thing is that from a type rule, you should never use this font. But it works with your product,
Right.
and it is friendly and it is approachable. But at the same time, it's not a daycare center. It's technology. So you want it to be reliable. Try to explore other fonts. I don't hate it on this, but I think maybe it could be something a little bit more serious. You know, because this is a serious product. I mean, I know you've got the fun design, but it is a serious product. Okay? All right, good. Let's see the next page, table of contents.
I'm missing it's hats is after this. I thought about that after I did it.
Okay, so you're going to put hats.
Hats is at the bottom.
Okay, same thing with these bars of color. Okay, don't use black type.
It's
Okay.
black and white.
No, but make it all white. Okay.
No, but white, that's what was brown. White was clashing with the yellow. So I changed it black, white, black, white.
Because the black is getting, it's not too bad on all of them, but the earrings, it's getting lost, and even on the printout here. Maybe try a different color purple. Maybe make that like a hot pink or something. Okay. Because the cases looks purple enough. All right, but also the same thing with this. Really have the fonts. I mean, I wouldn't make the font bigger because it's a table of contents. You don't want it to be too obnoxious. But you want to use up like these, you know, the space on the sides here. Okay.
I like the idea of the
Transparency.
different colors.
Well, maybe if it's transparent and then solid, you can make them all white, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But something needs to happen to the background on here. You know, bringing in some of these shapes or something, and not putting this so centered. Like maybe if this circle was right here, table of contents, maybe if you want to keep centered, or just carry it over to the edge here, and then something else, you know, comes here, and bring in some of these shapes, because it's too flat as a design, and there's not enough layering.
I almost wonder about it being kind of woven. If you could find something, almost like their ribbons kind of going over and through each other.
Oh, that's a nice idea. That's really nice. Okay.
I don't do that now.
I don't know why, but I'm sure.
And then the next one is,
Just an Asian kid.
oh yeah.
I love the diversity, but that's it. There's nothing with
He
him.
has a he has a kid cam on him. See?
Okay, and this one doesn't have the clock. This is, I guess, an older print, but you have a clock right here. or this cut off or something maybe.
Yeah, I didn't want all that extra.
Okay, but what are you trying to show with this?
See, when you open the book,
Yeah.
it will be like that, and then the
What's
next
gonna be,
page-
what'll be on this side?
Right, and then that'll be on
I
that
see.
side.
You know what? It's such, I don't mind the clean design. I would put, first of all, you need some sort of shadow behind him. Just a subtle one, okay? This one's not too bad. I have a feeling it came in the white background, did it?
It did.
Yeah. Okay, put some sort of type on there, a quote, something. And I wouldn't put it at the top, don't ever do the essay layout, but you could put it somewhere here where it's lining up. Like almost like him saying something, a quote, or his parent saying
that's
something.
cute.
You know, like he feels
little
safe or
saying,
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? It needs more, because right now, so far, it's just an image that you found and you just put the camera on there.
Yeah.
Now, you gotta make sure this camera looks like, make it look believable that it's on there.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to do a different one. That's why I
It's not that hard.
It
You
took me
take
some
it,
time to
and
try
you
to
just, you can
find-
put a pillow emboss on this, whenever it's fabric, you do a pillow emboss, okay? Very subtle, and you layer it. So you just magic wand, select it, okay? And copy and paste it in a new layer. Don't move it, so it's right on top of this camera. So it's
Put a
camera on top of
magic-
camera.
You're gonna have to
Well, it's its own layer, so maybe you don't need to magic wand select, okay? You duplicate the layer, so it's the camera on top of the camera, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then to the duplicate, you apply a pillow emboss, all right, under layer, style, bevel, emboss. And then you can change the opacity of it,
Oh,
okay? And then what it'll do, it'll just give it a little bit more like it's really sitting in there,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Okay,
So
let's.
you're not gonna like my other designs because all of them are like kids on the
I
side.
want, and that's fine to have the kids with the camera, but I would like for this, with the red head here, I would scale her down and then have the quote or something.
Right.
I mean,
I
and
like
then
that.
actually, even after that, I might push it a step further and take like a background color, like a pink or something bar, and just put a solid shape behind here. I'm putting pink, I don't know, maybe the color of his shirt would be better, like blue. Because what that'll do is it'll just push it forward and keep it from looking so flat. That means you've got to separate the background from the kid. So you've got to magic select the white, cut it out, put another white background, okay? So you've got to separate the image.
Okay. The next one I'm still working on because I have to like do the files, but this is what the catalog side will look like. And I would have a description like here in the price or whatever.
You know, the only thing is, I don't mind the shapes, I don't like the repetition of the shape. It's a cube,
I
right?
didn't clean that up. But
I think what would make it more interesting is if the cube had like, kind of like white lines through it. So it will keep it from looking flat, and it'll be the white of the
in
paper.
the shape.
Yeah, because what that'll do, you know, it'll just give it a dimension, because right now they just look like hexagons, or,
Okay, yeah.
is it hexagons? Yeah, hexagons. And you really want them to look like, because of your product being a camera and something more three-dimensional, you want it to look like, I guess, cubes. You know, the thing that I'm concerned about is, I want you to have some variety. I like the way they are here, on this page, and I would bring in those shapes. Maybe these shapes come in the background of the kids, so it's not only here, it's somewhere else as well. And then when you have it here, I mean, the cube, and this would be really good because you could put some type here and then some type here. And then don't forget to put a shadow here. So each product sits on a cube like it's a display, it has a shadow, and then the information goes on the other sides of the cube. And I remember, don't use black type,
Right.
okay? And then after you do that, I would look at the entire page. Don't forget you need headers and footers on each page, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, footer and header. Okay, because that'll ground everything too, because it sort of frames the page. Okay, and they don't have to go on top and bottom, they can go along the side. Jasmine, I'm just gonna draw this here, put a question mark, they can go along the side, okay?
I think I'll do it on the side.
Say that again, what?
I was trying to see if I'm gonna do the side. I think I'll do it at the bottom, just because that.
And then this cams, I mean, even if you put a header at the bottom, then cams can go along the side here. You know, I'm just saying here and here, just as a guide, but then after you know, do the cubes and the layout of everything, the background is gonna need something more. Okay, you don't have to fill the whole background, doesn't need to be heavy or anything like that, but, something. Maybe whatever you use.
Even if I add a lot of detail to the kid.
Yeah, because it's gonna look, it's sort of like that. And then it needs another layer to push everything forward. And even if it's just the stripes, you know, and maybe if they're gray, whatever color you use for the kid, in this case, maybe blue. And so long as it's not the color of the cube that's here. So it'll push it, like it's just a bar that goes behind it and it pushes everything forward. So it gives it another dimension. And then maybe if it's this page with the redhead, you could pick up a color from the yellow. And then make sure none of the cubes are that yellow, you know? So it just becomes a formula, and it's a little extra work, but then you have a stronger design, okay? And again with the font, and the same thing I want you to keep in mind, like really boxing something, okay? And then maybe it's a, you know, moved over or something like that, and then it's a solid color, and then it goes to that color, something like that, okay? All right, so let's see the,
So the rest of it is kind of the same, you know,
I know,
so
that's still,
design.
okay,
So-
oh, I see.
You
They
see
are.
what I mean?
The same. Okay, now I want you to, okay, so for this redhead, I'm just gonna put, scale her down, so more white shows. So when it's more white showing, you can put a quote, you can put that bar, you can, all right? And for cases, same thing with the cubes, change up the colors, okay, so it doesn't look so monotonous and the same. All right, and resolve this, I'm just gonna put resolve, because I want you to figure out something interesting to do. You know, the thing is, because it's for kids, there's so many cute things you can add in, but I also want you to keep in the idea of technology. Maybe there is some sort of wireframe image of the lens or something like that in the background of this, okay? And then on here, I mean, I'm gonna put like kid-friendly, as another way of saying you can add in fingerprints, finger painting. I mean, I don't know if that really applies, I don't know if it really applies to your
Yeah.
product, but anything that represents kids, and then in the background, you represent technology. So there has to be like, you know, the technology part of it that makes it look reliable and high-tech, because parents are gonna read this, not kids,
Right.
okay? So they need to know that this is reliable. Now, I want you to open up this baby on the laptop, so I can give you a hard time.
You don't like that?
We'll open it, and I want you to see what I'm gonna say. Oh, on this one, it's, how come on this one it's like this? It's
Oh, I
distorted on
changed-
this.
I
You
changed
fixed it, all right, good. Okay, because it's distorted on this, I was ready to yell, okay, so no distortion, okay? All right, but,
I tried to get the charger to look like it was come out. I'm gonna still try to do that.
okay, what I want you to do though is, like for this, I mean, the other kids have like a quote, but maybe this kid's got more space, so we could actually see, I mean, I know the kid's not typing on the laptop, but what the kid's typing comes up on here, and maybe what's typing is like a whole testimonial of how great the product
Right.
is, okay? Or the technology of how it works. Okay? I mean, you could even do one with a kid, this could be like this screen kind of like blown up, and you could have another one with the kids on a mobile device, and then we could see the text messages, and maybe they're talking about the product, okay? All right, you're gonna have a whole page of chargers.
I'm trying to
I
figure out.
I would maybe call this accessories,
Oh yeah, and then
I mean-
that knocks down.
a lot of stuff. You can
Yes.
put it, then
I
keep
have
thinking,
chargers,
because you have 20 pages to
memory
do, you guys.
cards. I know, it's so hard for this.
I was thinking making it 24.
Oh, what?
I'm way to kill that.
Memory
If I
card.
change it to accessories, I'm really gonna have to.
Yeah, I know you are. Keep thinking. There's so much stuff you come up with.
Because I don't wanna move into other people's inventions, because then
That's
I
okay.
started
No,
doing
no, no.
like
Go ahead.
tapping.
Go ahead. Move into it.
It's
No.
already
Go
invented.
ahead. Go ahead. It's a cutthroat world. Go on. Take what you need to. Do it. Okay?
Okay, that's okay, then I'll just do Steadicam,
You could,
watch
and then you could do
movies.
another one, accessories. You could put accessories in that, and then you could put another one, jewelry, and then you put all your jewelry.
One thing about the jewelry is it still has to make sense. Like for kids, where you're not gonna see what the kids really doing.
If they got a
together
ring,
on
if
this-
they got a cool power, like say it's a Power Rangers ring, and then they just wear it, but then, you know, they
He will
kinda
have to be
still
like
wear
this
it.
all day
But it's still
for you to
cool.
see what he's doing. You see what I'm saying? You're looking at the floor.
At least you know he's alive.
Yeah, if it's moving, it's good.
Right.
Unless-
Which is
unless
true.
you-
I mean, that's the only thing, because I thought about earrings, at least it stands still, you can still see.
Yeah, but no, you have
How
earrings
about-
and
how about
necklaces and
a
stuff.
ring
The
that has a
earrings, necklace,
GPS.
but
Yeah, they just have GPS tracking to make sure you know where they're at all times.
Okay, but
Not-
doesn't that go
not-
off my product?
No, it's still, I still think it's still taking care, yeah, it still takes care of, you know.
It goes a little, you know,
Yeah.
you're right, it does go a little off. It goes a little off, but maybe the ring is attached to something else. I don't know. Keep thinking, it's your product. But no, but you could do brooches, pins. You know, pins would be a good one. A lot of parents would put pins on their kids. Earrings, necklaces. Soon we're gonna chip our children, you know, like our dogs. I'm not kidding. It's coming. All right, but you've got a lot of, I mean, the layout is, don't keep it boring. Change
I
up
try
each
to keep it-
page.
What's the word? Together. I mean, like, I want it to look, you don't want every page to look.
No, I do,
totally
I do.
different.
I want
Oh,
every
you
page
do.
to look a little different, a little different, okay? And
I was trying to
maybe
say
one page
theme.
instead of what's it called, cubes, then it's cones. And something sits on
Circles
here.
then
And make sure it's
shapes.
3-dimensional. Well, spheres might be a little bit hard, you have to wrap the type around it that way. Geometric, blocks, like 3-dimensional, because it's something that can hold its own with a cube. Okay? All right, and open up the back page. Now, I'd like to see one of these full images also be a parent. Like looking, and watching their kid or something where they can, you know,
Oh, okay.
all right?
Yeah.
Now for this, for the back,
She kind of.
I mean, the problem is you repeated the same thing. I want to see something different on the back. I don't mind the shapes in the corner, I don't mind the yellow background, but I want to see, I'm going to put a big X through this girl. I know she's so cute, but I've just put an X through her.
See,
Something
flip to the
else.
front, flip to the front. See, it goes when you
I know
get a
it goes.
book. You like,
No,
If
but maybe
this
this is a closed shutter. You know, maybe it's the closed of it.
so it's just black.
Maybe, you know, how the shutter closes on a camera.
Would that matter?
Something like that. Where it's like, you know,
Is it
something
because it's
different.
right in the middle? What if I move it to the center?
No, it's not because it's in the middle. It's because it's the same thing, and it's a cop-out. You can do better than that. Think of something more interesting. Now, this font. Do not use this Kitty Kim font here for the address. Something simpler, and make the address, you can make the logo a little bit bigger, and box the address so it takes up this kind of space, okay? So it's within here. Remember, you box everything, and that becomes a shape that's part of the design. Make this line a lot thinner, this stamp line, a lot thinner and a lot smaller. And don't use this font,
Okay.
okay? On here, and business reply, I think that you need some sort of scan bar down here or something.
It's a little.
Oh, it didn't print on here.
Oh.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
I mean, you've done work, I'm happy, but you have a lot more to do. And you guys aren't gonna see me again, it's just gonna be a surprise on the 24th.
What? You know what?
I'm not here on 21st and 23rd, so I won't be in next week. I have things, I have a place to go to, okay? All right,
Who's next?
Joel. Joel, you're not ready, get up there and say you're not ready. No, get up, come on. It was hard enough getting it set up here. You gotta have something. Janae, Joel, come on. No, Barb, wait.
Take him out of the way.
Go.
Let me say what this is.
Joel? Really?
Oh, snap.
Desmond?
I'm gonna do.
Don't go this way, please go around this way to the canister. Jasmine, here, take this with you. You can read, Jasmine, here, take this in case.
Okay.
Okay, shh, Desmond's presenting. Joel, get your stuff, John, you're next. Joel, get your stuff ready, you're after John. Joel? I'm not kidding. Janae?
Can I go after John?
No, Janae? Janae and Joel are gonna go after John.
I'm trying to leave or.
No, you can't leave early, and I'm recording right now. You really wanna say that? It's too late, Barbara. Barbara, it's too late. Really.
Alright,
At least they know I'm trying to go. Where?
here's the back and the front of the catalog.
Okay. Shh. All right, the problem is the front looks scary. Desmond, it looks like an alien abducting someone.
It looks like chicken leg.
It does. No, it looks like an alien, seriously, abducting someone. It's scaring the crap out of me. And this thing is called Soothe Your Heart. Okay, it's the coloring and it's the filter and the effect. You gotta change the image. It's very frightening and disturbing.
Okay, so the front of it changed the image.
Completely.
Why?
And the color. It looks like
It doesn't. It looks like alien hands coming and like reaching in and
Sexually harassing.
not even that. Just like killing someone. Like they want their organs or something.
Alright, what about the back?
Okay. The logo on the front needs to be smaller. And then after you do find the new image, you're not utilizing the invisible grid. Okay? The invisible grid, I've already explained to you guys in this class and in past classes, is when you show the guides in Photoshop or Illustrator, and you drag guides, you start boxing key focal points in the image, and that tells you where you're supposed to lay the type out.
Okay.
Because proximity equals a stronger design. Okay?
Alright.
Now, there's also handouts on Blackboard, and I know Blackboard can be a pain, but there are handouts on Blackboard about the Gestalt theory and basic 2D design principles. Okay, overview. All right? The back, I mean, you got to find an image for front and back. Because your images are so heavy, they really should be something that goes together, where, you know, the color matches or there's some sort of, you know, so if you pick another image that's got that green from the back,
Yes.
kind of in the background, and maybe just have someone like, I mean, the idea of someone having their back massaged is okay, but this is, I don't know. I mean, I just keep thinking of the title of it, Soothe Your Heart, and I hate to sound like cliche, I want to see something of a heart, but I kind of do. You know, something that's going to be, you know, particular to, maybe it's a heart rate, you know, when you have your EKG or you have your heart rate tested and to show that it's at a good level.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe to show that this is not just a spa massage place, because it's a spa imagery again. I want to see the imagery that makes this unique. Okay, that this is an all-encompassing place that can really calm a person down and do all these benefits for them health-wise. Now, the Soothe Your Heart, that font for Soothe Your Heart is fine, but don't use it for the address. Now, I want you to look up catalog mailing label online and copy that, because you haven't done a proper mailing label on the back of this catalog.
I was
So-
going to put the envelope in the back, but I wasn't so sure.
No. You put like a white box, okay, and then you make a black and white mailing label in that area, so it just covers the back of the image a little bit. Okay, so you have to redo that and look up a mailing label. Again, don't forget, I think I already said it, but on the front, make sure your logo's half the size that it is.
Yeah, small logo.
Okay? Different imagery. All right, let's see the next page.
It's the one with the mission, I think, the table of contents.
Okay. All right, again, we're getting to the spa imagery again. Okay, your header and your footer are too big. They need to be like 1/10 that size. Okay, and for table of contents, you know, find a different font for table of contents and for the list of the products. I sort of only want to see that font with the Soothe Your Heart. Kind of using it over and over again is just too much. You can find something scripted for table of contents and mission, but find something different.
Okay.
Okay, don't use purple type for this, that's the font, the mission that's on her back. And align it where maybe it's not covering the stones, where maybe it starts, you know, on the bare of her back.
Okay. I
Okay,
think
because
I
just
can-
throwing it on top is not being sensitive to the image that's underneath,
Okay.
all right?
Change color, mission.
And don't use purple type.
Okay.
Okay, and also to go back to your notes and see what headers and footers you're supposed to have on them.
Okay.
You don't have the right information or any information on them, and they're way too big. And the background of the table of contents needs something. Or maybe her, you know, her image, even though it folds, it's okay to continue the image. Maybe her elbow continues over. Okay, we see the rest of the image and the table of contents gets moved over, and maybe the background of the table of contents is the sheet, the white of the sheet,
Yeah.
so it's not so bland.
Okay, maybe I'll find a different image that may do something like that.
Okay,
in that case.
okay. All right, let's see the next page.
Okay.
John, your stuff's ready to go? Start saving it so you're ready.
Yeah.
Joel, I'm not kidding, get your stuff, you're going up after
What is
John.
it? Foods now. I had it somewhere. Okay. I did something on the chakra foods, the fruits and
Okay.
vegetables.
Okay. All right, now, take out corn. Is that corn?
It is corn,
No,
yes,
no,
sir.
no, corn's the worst thing you could eat. They're talking about yellow food, put yellow peppers in there.
Yellow peppers.
Yellow peppers, okay? They're not talking about corn as a good food,
I'll take that.
okay? And for the green peas, put like lettuce or something, okay, or broccoli. Take out peas, you can't put starches in here, and,
Okay.
okay? Everything else is fine. Now, what I would do is, what are you going to put in there? What information am I gonna get?
The descriptions,
Yeah,
like basically what each part plays for. Let's say like.
okay, so
the
I'm not,
green
wait, just so I know, I'm buying this food from you? Or have a restaurant where I can order this food? Like, what is it that we're getting? Because it's a catalog, a retail catalog. I have to be able to buy this stuff. So I need the description, the cost. I mean, you can have a restaurant service at your spa, and you can,
Yeah, it's,
you know.
it's part of, it's a restaurant spa.
Okay, now, okay, was that what it always was, or is that what you're saying now? What were you planning on doing with it?
What I was planning on doing with it was just not necessarily make a restaurant, but maybe find a section of the spa where you can grab the vegetables and fruits and just,
Take it with you.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you're selling food.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
selling food.
okay, so what you could do then is, you could have these circles, I like the way that you've started them. I would take not just peas, but I would put, broccoli, and then have another circle behind it or overlapping it that's lettuce, and then put a whole bunch of green foods, and then give the description of the green foods you can buy and the package you're gonna get.
Okay.
And then orange, I mean, there's limited orange food, but there is still orange peppers, and there's squash, and there's also yellow squash too, cantaloupe, melon, right? So get pineapple, right? You could get all the, you could layer them, do you understand what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
not just one circle, it's a few circles, and then you could sell the food and say, you get the green package, and this is good for the heart chakra. And you
Okay.
get the orange, which is good for the sacral chakra, and, you can go through each of them, okay, and describe them. But then put more circles, because then you're limiting people that they're only just gonna get tomatoes. So maybe you wanna give them a few red foods, maybe it's like a basket that they get, and they get red peppers, tomatoes, and pomegranates, and plum, I don't know. Well, plums would be the purple, but, okay?
Okay,
Now, on this side where you have this image and you've got the blueberries, I would do something that's got either more of the fruit combined, or a diagram that has the person with the chakras showing, how the levels of the body,
yes.
and how those colors go up, and then people would know that those colors relate to those areas, okay?
Okay,
Enlightens
so
those areas.
chakra, like background with the colors.
Like how when you had your ads,
Yes.
okay, and you had the colors, and the person meditating, something like that, or it could be a diagram, so people know, because we already see food, and seeing food again is kind of like, unless you show us food with all of it, so you're not just, representing the purple food, you're representing all the food, or the blue food, okay?
Alright, chakra background to match the colors as replacement for this one.
As an idea,
Okay.
okay?
That's
And
one.
more food, and you're gonna need to be really thorough with your description. Don't use scriptive type, use what I'm gonna call boring type for the description, because it's
Boring
gonna
type,
be
like-
boring, like something simple,
Oh,
without
like
a
Times
serif.
Roman?
Maybe not that boring, but something that's very simple, because when it's small, we wanna be able to read it,
Okay.
okay? And again, don't forget to look at headers and footers, and what you need to do with them. All right, let's see another page.
Okay, hold on a second. Where's that?
Okay, John, get your stuff ready, then Joel, then Janae, then Natalie.
My file won't open, so I'm trying to sit here and recreate it as much as I can,
Okay.
but
You don't have a PDF or JPEG of it?
Nope, because I was working on InDesign, so.
Oh, here's special medications. Here we go.
Okay. Okay,
Oops.
what's oops?
Shoot, I forgot to change this part. My fault.
Okay, just make sure your logo's on the boxes.
Logos on the boxes.
Your logo is on the boxes. Make
Okay.
sure your logo is on the boxes, okay? So you're not advertising, you know, you're cheating. You're taking their box and you're,
Okay, I think that goes for all the things I've
yeah,
added then.
okay. And a different image too. I mean, each section's gonna have a different image. I mean, for this, you can just pile up a bunch of pills if you want. But what I would show are, you know, I mean, I would show the medications in different colors. Like this is the blue box, then maybe change the color of another one as green to represent the different chakras, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Boxes. You want me to take out that green weed?
Is that green weed?
It's a, it's not green weed per se, but
No,
it
take
is a
it.
different type of chakra medicine. I did.
Take it out. Okay, explain what this was supposed to be.
It's like one of those plants you like chew on as.
Which one is it? What's it called? Do you remember?
Is that tobacco?
No, it's not tobacco. No, I don't remember what it's called.
I mean, if you could explain it, visually, I mean, you need much more on this page. I would scale those bottles down and then you're gonna have a bunch of different vitamins, okay?
Okay.
Like you need 8 to 10 products on a page, right? And that doesn't include, like that vitamin bottle, those three, the bottle and the 2 boxes is 1 product, not 3.
Okay.
Okay, so 8
you
different
said
things.
10
8 to 10 different things.
on each page.
Mhm.
Shoot. Okay. Okay. That's another thing I got corrected. Okay.
And if you can explain this green medicine, I mean, that's fine. You just have to scale everything down smaller so you can fit more,
Okay.
okay?
And I'll do something about this because I was
You gotta find
opposed
another
to-
image.
Yeah, so I forgot to change that one. Now here's something on books, like,
Okay. Okay, no, that's good. But more books, and make them a lot smaller, Desmond. And line them up really like, you know, make them smaller. And I actually think you can put maybe 15 books on this.
okay,
But, you know, at least 10. For this, at least 10.
okay,
Okay, make them smaller, and then don't forget the description of it, because there's so many of these books out there, right?
alright.
Okay, and this deep tissue massage here, this one here,
Mhm.
don't put the big book like that there. Put either just stacks of books like this, or something that's a library of books, or something that represents, so you're not just picking one, because then it seems like you're advertising for art rigs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can change that.
And the quality of the image too is very pixelated.
Okay,
It's not just on there, I could see it over there too.
alright then.
All right, next page. And make sure you do something again with this white background, okay? Like I told you the first time, but I mean it throughout the catalog, where you find a background that kind of carries over into this side too, okay?
Yeah, originally I was gonna put like maybe a lighter blue or something back
Barb.
originally, but I wasn't thinking. Massage products is another category.
Okay. All right, you need more things. I mean, your categories are good. The idea is, you put message products though, massage, MA.
Okay.
Okay. And again, don't use that font. Save that font for only Soothe Your Heart. Find a different font for the spring 2014 issue. Make sure you're doing your headers and footers properly. More products, and when it's a white background, each product needs a shadow or reflection. All right, needs a complete description.
Okay, shadows as well. I'll
And don't forget, you guys, for all of you, when you have your products, you're numbering them 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, or Roman numeral 1, 2, okay?
One for each page?
No, for each product on the
Okay.
page, okay? So if for any reason someone has to call the 800 number, they can say, I'm on page this, and I'm looking at item A,
Oh, I see what you're
okay?
saying.
So you have to have some sort of reference for the customer.
Okay, I'll number items as well.
Okay, next page.
I just did section for men.
Okay, open up the thing. Okay, you gonna have a section for women too?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And for children.
Okay, watch the edges of this brown chair, the big image. Okay, and this person is floating in water. You know, you don't necessarily have to do that. If you go onto like, Pinterest, there's a lot of images of these giant swings
Mhm.
that people have custom built if they have like a lake house or something, and if they happen to have a large tree, and a branch is coming out, like there's a swing,
Mhm.
and then it's like, so you could picture him in one of these swings where being above the water would make sense. Like there's a branch holding it. Because right now, I get the fantasy of it, but it's a little bit too surreal, where it's floating on the water. Okay, I get what you're trying to say. It's transposing him so he's in a tranquil place.
Yeah, like metaphorically speaking.
No, and I get it, and I appreciate that for it. But maybe if it were, technically it looks a little off. So maybe if it were something where he was sitting in a large swing and the water was underneath, or, you know.
Yeah.
But if you go onto Pinterest, you don't even have to go to Pinterest. If you Google like, I don't know, I want to say large tree swing, and you'll see it. It's about the size of a bed, and they're really big, and they're like large hammocks, and they just attach them to these trees, and people like sit in them, and they're underneath. There's all this water, because it's like transposing them out into the water.
Okay.
I have no idea how they get in the swing, but somehow they find a way to get into it. Okay, and then more products for men.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you have your headings, men or massage products, don't center them. Move them over to the right.
The what?
The titles, like men, like move it over to the right.
Okay.
Okay, and maybe put a bar of color behind it. Really ground everything. I don't want your stuff, I don't want any of your designs looking like it was done in Microsoft Word. What I mean by that is, if it looks like someone just opened up a Word document and inserted pictures and placed them, then the project has failed, okay? It needs to look like you've used your design skills and you've used Adobe to the full advantage, okay?
All right then.
All right, let's see next page.
Yeah, here's one for women right here.
Okay,